Hello, and welcome to Tiny Little Businesses. This is Steve, and I'm going to go through this intro video here with you called Getting the Most Out of TLB, the Unpublished Manual. What I want to do is cover some main topics that I think you need to understand, that Andre and I want you to grasp as you get into the program here. And obviously, having to follow the video of Gary Vaynerchuk there, it's probably not going to be as exciting for you as that one. However, the information that I'm going to give you is very important. So I do want to go through some important pieces here and let you know what to expect as you move forward. Now, just as a side note, I'll probably be doing the majority of the videos that you see here in TLB simply because Andre does not like doing videos whatsoever, which is actually a good thing for you guys, because if Andre can get to where he's gotten in the marketing world and never make a video, I think that bodes well for you guys. So I'm going to fill in. I'll do most of the videos. You'll hear from me. I also do not most, but my share, my portion of the writing as well. Andre and I put that together, each lesson, and some he creates, some I create, some we co-create. So you'll be getting a mixture of content from the both of us, different viewpoints, different ways of seeing the same picture, and I think that'll enrich the experience that you have as you move forward. So let's move on and talk about how to get the most of what you're going to learn here in TLB. The first thing we kind of want to go over is getting started, and first and foremost, we want to say thank you very much for joining us here at Tiny Little Businesses. We've put a lot of time and effort and energy into this. In fact, it's been in the planning since the affiliate summit, actually previous to the affiliate summit. So we're talking late 2010. We've been working on this, planning, thinking about it, putting it together. So it's definitely a labor of love for us now, and we really enjoy it. We enjoy working together, and we enjoy bringing valuable and resourceful and helpful information to the marketing community. There's a lot of information out there that's built on tips and tricks and shiny buttons that just doesn't work, and it really misleads a lot of people. Both of us, Andre and I, have both run into that in our marketing education and our tenure in the marketing world, and trying to figure out how to make all this stuff work. So we know what it's like. We've been there. We know how it feels, and you're not going to get any of that here. So again, thank you for joining us. We definitely both believe it's going to be money well spent on your part, and that you're going to not only learn a lot, but you're going to be able to implement and turn that learning into money for yourself. So what I want to go over are three really kind of important pieces here, and that is what to expect from the program, how to move forward from here, and then definitely what things you don't want to do. So what to expect? Well, let's talk about the first thing, which is the layout and the access of the site. The way we've built Tiny Little Businesses is in a format that allows you to get what we term dispensed learning, and that's Andre's term, dispensed learning. And what that means simply is that you're going to get pieces of the information. You're not getting, you're not getting a 100-page ebook, and you're not getting 15 videos with 21 hours of content all at one time that you have to sift and sort through. What we've done is we've broken it down piece by piece and step by step for you, so that you get that information on a weekly basis, so that you can learn it, apply it, and implement it. Okay. So that is the layout's going to be within the WordPress site that you have, and within Tiny Little Businesses, and within the login that you have created, and all of that will be available to you. Your access to that will be given to you on a weekly or a monthly basis. You will have a new week unlocked, a new piece of content unlocked each week, or 4 at a time for the month. So that's how you'll have access to it. Now, what we're providing, and if you've been through the whole process with us so far, you know that we're big on value and big on providing a lot of helpful, valuable information. So you're going to get, in each week, you're going to get the theory behind the marketing, why it works, how to make it work, the application in terms of taking that theory that we teach you and how to apply it to the business, meaning what to do with it, and then an actual how-to, showing you, most likely will be in video format, showing you how to actually implement each step, so that you can see it and understand what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be doing it. As I already mentioned, the new training will be open weekly, perhaps monthly, depending on how we structure it. But you will not be getting all 12 months at one time. You'll be getting a month by month release of the information that's applicable at the time. We're also going to provide Q&A webinars, and what we're going to do is get the big questions that don't get answered within the site together and have a webinar to either further explain, further talk about, further discuss some of the big topics and questions that come up in this process. We'll also be putting in some quick start action guides so that you can take those. It'll be small PDFs that you can take, and it'll be a step-by-step format that will let you say, okay, this is week 2 or week 3, and these are the steps that I need to take, and this is how to do it, which you can then use with the videos to put everything together. And then really what I think is one of the biggest pieces to this whole training that Andre and I are really excited about is the follow-along campaigns. And what I mean by that is we're going to be working on campaigns of our own that we'll be sharing with you as we go, so that you can see this real time. You can see this in when I say real time, in the sense that this isn't a campaign that we built 6 months ago and doesn't work anymore, and we got kicked off Google, and that doesn't, you've seen a lot of those out there. This is not that. When I say real timing, we're building it as we go, and depending on when you see the information, if you've come into the program a year after we've opened it, or 2 years or 5 years, it will be an older promotion, but we will keep it updated, and you will see the live site as you come through the program. So all the information will still be there for you to access. You'll still see how it's working, how it's applicable, and be able to apply what you see to your business as well. Okay, so those are the big things to keep in mind, and let's move on and talk a little bit about how the best way to move forward is. What we recommend first off is this is a program and a product of action. This is not a buy it and read the book, watch the videos, and then go to sleep and wake up with money in your bank account tomorrow. That's not going to happen. We've never promised that. And if you think that's going to happen, we would kindly and strongly suggest that you leave, ask for your money back, and go somewhere else, because that's not what we're teaching or what we want to teach. We build things on the fundamentals, and so that means you're going to have to act on them. And the first piece of action means you're going to have to read and apply each lesson that you get each week. Now, some of these lessons will be easy. Some of them will be straightforward and pretty simple to implement. Others, depending on your skill set, could be more challenging. Perhaps if you understand the marketing well, but you're not very technical at all, then you may have some issues as you get some of the site set up or FTP, etc. We'll show you how to do all that. But the point I'm bringing up is that don't just dismiss it or ignore it because it's challenging. This program is an opportunity for you to learn and grow and become better as a marketer on all levels. And so when you run into a small snag, just stick with it and push through it, and ask for help, and ask your questions, and we'll assist you the best we can. Any questions that you have in regard to each lesson are best posted down at the bottom of the training each week. And the reason for this is simply that it allows everybody to benefit from your question. If you send us a question in email and we respond to it, it's very likely that we've gotten that same question by 5 or 10 other people. So instead of responding 5 or 10 times to 10 different people, we can answer that one question. Everybody can see it and everybody can get benefit. So please, if you have questions on the material, don't email us directly. Post your questions down at the bottom of the lesson. The next point to keep in mind is that you want to take time to be thorough, meaning you get a lesson and you want to read through it, you want to apply it, and you want to take your time to do the best job you can. It's not how fast you get through this, it's how well you get through it. And if you just rush and hurry up and pick something you think is going to work and then move on, you'll probably run into issues later down the road, simply because the lessons that we give you first in the beginning are the most important ones. They're about picking a market, picking an audience, picking a USP and an angle and a hook, and how to apply all that. And if you ignore that and you just whimsically choose something that you think is a good idea and don't do the research, you will run into problems and will have issues several weeks down the road when it comes time to actually get your site out there, get it up and running, because you've skimped out on the research. So you need to spend a lot of time and be thorough in it in the beginning, even if it takes you longer than the time allocated. I mean, we deliver things on a weekly basis. Even if it takes you 2 weeks to do one lesson, that's okay. Don't be frustrated. The information is going to be there, but it's most important that you get through it. The next thing is to expect to fail. And what I mean by that is not fail in the sense that you'll never make it, but fail in the sense that your first try or your second try or even your third try just may not be a huge moneymaker for you. It will take time and effort and energy to tweak it as you go. Now, if you do your research and you follow directions and you apply yourself, you'll have a very good market. We point you in the right direction from the beginning. So you'll be in the right ballpark, but then it becomes an issue of testing and tweaking, and that's just part of this business. A perfect example is I was just recently created a promotion in the dating market, and I turned the traffic on with the initial setup that I was running, and I think I've gotten like 3 opt-ins so far. So, in a sense, that's a failure. I've been doing this for years, but it's a small failure. Now I have to go back and tweak it. I'm not giving up on the campaign, and you shouldn't either. You should take that with a grain of salt and learn from what it is that didn't work and improve it and move on. The next thing is focus on one project at a time. This is not something, a lot of internet marketers buy the newest shiny product out there, and then they work on it for a few weeks or a few days and they're on to something else. That's not what you want to do. And don't try to go into 3 markets at one time. Pick one market that you want to work in, that you're interested in, and get to work and get busy building a business, because that's what this is really about. It's built on fundamentals. And I've got the comment there that it's easy come, easy go, because there's a lot of what I call money makers out there that actually a lot of the internet marketing products are based on, how to make money quickly, these push button software this, and the Google hack that, and the Facebook killer, whatever. You've seen them all, but they're not based on building a solid long-term business, which is what's going to let you achieve whatever goal it is that you're trying to achieve: quitting your job, going on vacations, buying cars, buying houses, etc. So you need to focus, pick your project, pick your market, focus on it, and get busy. And don't worry about the easy money, okay? I can tell you from my experience, and I know Andre's had experiences as well, sometimes the easy money is very alluring, but the problem with it is if it comes easily, it goes easily, simply because either competition comes in and everybody's doing it and it doesn't work anymore, or it's manipulative and somebody shuts it down, etc. So don't worry about that. Get that out of your head. Don't focus on the easy money and focus on building your business. Now, finally, here's a couple things that we definitely don't want you to do. Like I said before in the expect failure, don't expect instant results. This is not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to be committed to this, and we would suggest that you commit yourself to at least 6 months, because that will take you through the entire training that we have of the affiliate side. And by that time, you should be making money with your site. If you're not making money at that time, then we can help you to tweak that and improve it. But if you've done the work and you follow the directions, you should be making money. So don't expect that to happen overnight. Some people will have success quickly. Others, it may take longer. Everybody's different. But if you apply the process, you will succeed at it. And again, I mentioned this already, but don't get sucked in by every new IM promotion that you get. In fact, I would strongly suggest you get off a majority of the internet marketing lists, unless somebody's seriously adding value to what you're doing and how you're doing it. Get off their list, because it's going to be an endless barrage and avalanche of promos, as you well know. Don't ignore the fundamentals. And this kind of goes back to what I was talking about on the quick money. The fundamentals is what builds a sustainable, long-term, dependable business. Fundamentals such as knowing your market, knowing your customer, speaking to them in a language that they want to hear, selling them and providing solutions to them for problems that they have and need solutions to. Those are the fundamentals of marketing. They're the fundamentals of collecting a lead, turning that lead into a customer, and selling to that customer over and over. That's what businesses are built on. There's nothing sexy about it. It's not special. It's not flash in the pan. It is very boring at times, because it is the same thing over and over, but that is what will give you the results that you want. So don't ignore that. In fact, I would say, again, like I did before, make sure you're focusing on the fundamentals. And if it's not a fundamental, if it's a trick or a tip or a tactic, then it's possible that it won't or doesn't work long term. Now, we will give you plenty of tips and tricks and tactics to use based on the fundamentals that we teach, but they're within that framework. They're not separate and stand alone, which is really the big difference. And finally, this kind of goes without saying that if you're wanting to build this business, a business for yourself, and make it in internet marketing, marketing in general, then don't quit. Don't give up. Andre's been at this for several years. I've been at this since 2002, full-time now for almost 4 years, and I learn new things every day. I'm not as good as I want to be. I'm working constantly on improving my skills and improving my conversion, my traffic, all the pieces that we're going to teach you, and Andre's doing the same. So this is your rah-rah speech, I guess you could call it, here at the beginning, and we just want you to sit back and enjoy the ride, take action, do what needs to be done, and above all else, don't quit. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll be talking with you soon.